Star Trek. Enter. Welcome everyone to one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life.
The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship.
It's been a while since I've recorded. I've been having some technical... Look at that planet. Look at that ship. These graphics are just amazing. Oh, and if you don't think these graphics are amazing, then you're just crazy. I could just stare at that highly rendered planet all day. This is Star Trek, the 25th anniversary enhanced CD-ROM. Yeah, see, like, I'm not just playing the regular edition here, this is the enhanced CD-ROM version, so that's pretty amazing when you think about it. So, as I was saying, I had some issues with my drive. I had to reformat, and ever since then I've been trying to work out my recording device issues and all my sound issues. So I'm not sure how good this sounds. I've done about 15 to 20 sound checks trying to get this game to sound right. I realize after a while, it just kind of, after you do that many sound checks, like nothing starts sounding good to you. So you just kind of just say screw it and just kind of roll with it at that point. So that's what I'm doing now. Hopefully I can keep getting things adjusted here and make it sound better. But for now, I need to raise my shields, arm my weapons. And let's try and get the jump on the Republic before it does to us. Oh yeah. Sometimes right when you start this mock battle with the Republic, it's got the jump on you and it gets in a few free shots. You can usually recover from that pretty okay. Wonderful. Oh, come on, arm weapons.
Message coming in from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, the Enterprise is ordered to travel to...
Oh, so yeah, I can't really tell if I've gotten everything to sound as good as I had before I reformatted my computer. But I think it sounds okay.
The settlers are members of the Acolytes of the Stars set. The description of the attackers vary, but all say that the attackers...
There's a generic admiral there. She doesn't seem to have any name. Just says admiral.
Determine the nature of these creatures and to resolve the situation without bringing harm to the colonists. Starfleet out.
Oh, I think you can change views. I'm afraid of pushing any F keys. I haven't changed my key bindings yet for this thing. But I know there is a plan. Oh, I think you push V and that gives you a full view. It's kind of useful when you're doing battles actually. But for now we're going to view the bridge. Is this supposed to be Earth? Because that's the best looking Earth. See, I'm so not used to recording. It's been a while. Okay. So let's go to our star map. And if you lost your manual and you don't have the internet, you're kind of screwed here because it doesn't tell you which one is Pollux. And if you go to any one of these places incorrectly, you go to the wrong place, you'll get attacked either by a Lassie, Klingons, or Romulans. And sometimes you can survive the battle and just move on to the next star system, but oftentimes those battles are pretty hard. Luckily, up in my other window here, I've got the star map up, and we need to go here. I've got a lot of things to say about this game. I probably beat it about 4 or 5 times, so I'm pretty familiar with it, and I got a lot to say about Star Trek in general, so this game for me is a nice excuse just to discuss Star Trek. So that's kind of a bonus for me.
Message from High Prelate Robert Angevin, sir.
Welcome, Enterprise. The High Prelate awaits you. Please, beam down and meet with him.
You space hippies. What does Spock have to say?
We are too far from the planet for a sensor probe, Captain.
Maybe you'll change your mind once we orbit the planet. Ah, yes. Look at that planet.
Entering standard orbit.
Sulu's here. Scotty's here, Uhura's here, Chekhov's here, Bones is here. This is probably one of the last things that I'm aware of where the entire original cast of Star Trek got together and all loaned their talent toward. Um, I mean, obviously, individually, each one of them appeared in things afterwards, but I think this might have been one of the very last things where all of the original crew were on board for it.
Pollux 5 has recently emerged from an ice age, sir. It's spring at the moment, cool but tolerable. Sensors indicate previously documented flora and fauna. Nothing unusual.
Alright, well, I guess we gotta go beam down to the planet, so...
Come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
Look at those awesome graphics.
This is so much better, gentlefolk. We are honored at your
Gentlefolk.
presence and hope you will find peace here in our haven.
We're not gentlefolk.
Captain, the flora on this planet is very interesting. I wonder how useful it may be for medicinal purposes.
DeForest Kelly. I was sad when he died. I think he was the first one to die, and then James Doohan died later. I can't remember exactly which one died first, but I think it was Dr. McCoy. Here's our sort of interface menu where you can look at some things.
High Prelate Angiven waits patiently for you to decide what you will do next.
I love that narrator too.
A quickly constructed Spartan shelter primarily used by fledgling colonies. Dr. Leonard McCoy, the finest doctor in Starfleet, wishes that he were on a warmer planet.
There's a lot of love in this game, you can tell.
Various bushes and shrubs grow along the edge of the forest.
I mean, there's tons of dialogue too. It's a very heavy dialogue game. Overall, this is an adventure game, with kind of punctuated by these sort of space flight battles, which, you know, aren't that great, but they're actually surprisingly fun, I think.
James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the Enterprise. He's always happy to run an errand of mercy.
Indeed. So let's go to talk to this guy here. The mouth is like...
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We have received word that alien life forms are creating problems at your mining facilities at Idle Mountain. Tell me more. Most High Prelate Angiven, I am honored to meet you. I consider it my divine duty to assist you in any possible way.
Divine duty?
The spawn of the devil.
My divine duty? That seems a bit pretentious.
And boogeymen, eh? I find that a little hard to believe.
He's kind of always has an option where he can just be an outright dick to people. I'm going to choose this super friendly one for now.
Captain Kirk, I had no idea we were blessed with one of our order in the ranks of Starfleet. We believe we have located the very gates of hell below Idle Mountain.
Aside from seeing demons, has any hard data been collected? Any evidence I could see? Demons? Gates of hell? This is the 23rd century. Aside from seeing demons, has any hard...
A skeptic would consider everything merely anecdotal or unproven. My people will gladly tell you their own stories, so you need not hear it secondhand through me.
What can you tell me about the
Well,
mine?
that's a relief.
You're wasting the time of a starship capable of destroying this planet with campfire stories? No wonder you were dumped out here in the middle of nowhere.
I swear that's a misplaced modifier. It suggests that Captain Kirk could use campfire stories to destroy the planet.
What can you
Oh.
tell me about the mine itself?
The area is exceptionally stable tectonically, and easy for our machinery to work in, praise God. We've mined for hafnium and a variety of useful trace elements. The deeper we dig, however, the more anomalous the variety of minerals seems to be. Our Ignatiate brother Stephen has his own theories about why this might be. Either way, the anomalies inspired Brother Canbury to conduct studies inside the mine. Yesterday, he reported discovering a strange door. A gate to hell, surely, for the demons caused a cave-in immediately. Canbury was trapped, unconscious, and the demons prevent us from rescuing him. We can only hope he is still alive. Thank you for your courtesy, Kirk. May you receive the guidance and protection of our God as you complete this divine mission.
You get no response.
You look rather cold, Bones.
I'm not cold. I'm freezing. And that damn transporter just had to set me down in the middle of a snowdrift. The
centimeter of snow does not technically constitute a drift, Doctor.
And doctors say that patients complain too much.
If you know anything about Dr. McCoy, you'll know that he hates using the transporter.
I've never seen snow like this before. This is great.
You mean you've never built a snowman, Ensign?
Ensign Everett, that guy is doomed to
You
die.
think anyone would mind?
Well,
Later, Ensign, we have work to do.
You can prevent
Of
it
course,
though,
sir.
if you're good enough.
Captain, demons and supernatural creatures...
Which kind of brings me to one of the main mechanics of this game, supposedly, is that you're kind of graded at the end of each mission depending on how well you do. If you make sure nobody dies, if you are very diplomatic with everybody, those kinds of things increase your score. So there have been some missions where I got like 100%, and then you can actually outrightly fail missions, but you still move on to the next one, so you might get like a D minus. Well, they rate you like percentage, so you might even just get like a 56 or a 70%, or and then sometimes I do so good I'd get 100.
This planet's as beautiful as everyone says it is.
the trees, the fresh air, the freezing cold.
Come on, Bones. The cold will improve your circulation.
Some people get too much circulation.
Alright, enough banter. Let's get to business, shall we? So we control Kirk primarily, but sometimes we gotta use our other crewmates to do things. What's this all about?
He is too busy consoling the wounded man.
This guy's legs. I think that's secretly a demon. He has like goat legs.
I am worried about Brother Chubb. Can you examine him, Doctor?
Brother Chubb.
He is too busy consoling the wounded man.
Alright, so anything to do with Dr. McCoy. This part's a little confusing when you grab this icon and then you can click Dr. McCoy and then have him do his thing. You can either do it that way or like select the medical kit and then he'll do the same thing. So just whatever way is easiest for you.
I see nothing there. Jim, this man has suffered severe physical injuries to his head and arm. The wounds have been adequately cared for. However, he has developed a Nugarian infection. If not treated swiftly, the effects can be fatal. The infection can normally be treated with hypoditoxin, but there's none on the Enterprise.
I may be of some assistance. The
Hypoditoxin.
Lorexian berry grows near the mouth of the cave. If I could acquire it, I would be able to synthesize the hypoditoxin from the berry. Unfortunately, the demons prevent us from approaching the cave entrance. Perhaps you could retrieve it for me.
Yay, a fetch quest.
There is nothing at the moment.
There's nothing at the moment for me to do there. I love William Shatner's acting. Alright, well, so that's a little convenient. These guys won't really talk to us until we get this guy treated. Brother Chubb. That other guy's gone now. So we need to explore a bit. The game doesn't always make where you need to go like totally obvious, but most of the time it's not. It's pretty clear. Crud, Klingons! When you bring up this menu it kind of pauses the game, so I'm gonna get my phaser out. I mean, look at these Klingons. I'm gonna kill these guys. Yay. That was some
You see a
serious
small
action.
explosion, and the Klingon's hand falls to the ground with a dull thud.
I guess they don't make Klingons like they used to, sir.
Shut up. Red shirt. You're gonna die. You gotta pay attention to the narrator sometimes. They'll say things.
Captain, we registered phaser fire and an unknown energy beam. Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Did you register any disruptor fire?
No, Captain. Why? Are there Klingons down there?
No, just an idea. Kirk out.
Fascinating. I begin to suspect that we have stumbled upon something that the colonists would never have uncovered.
What is it, Spock?
I wish to gather further data before making a definite conclusion, Captain.
Spock's the original
You take
data.
The Klingon's detached hand.
Data? Sorry, I just called him data. I was thinking data about something else. So now we have that additional item in our inventory here. And I think we can analyze it.
Nothing happens.
I don't think it works that way. Let's just have Spock scan these guys. We can just do it by selecting this tricorder.
This is not a Klingon, Captain. Not a real one. It is an organic construct, an android-like robot. It looks like a Klingon, but the appearance is entirely superficial. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report.
The path is surrounded by a small stream flows down toward the forest. These Branzite pods add a nice touch to the local flora.
Branzite pods. Here's some of the berries we need to get. Let's just grab them now.
You have retrieved a sample of berries.
We'll explore this cave over here a little later. The puzzles in this game aren't too difficult, I think. Most of them are pretty intuitive, like they kind of give you cues on what you need to do next, but sometimes they really do require some thought. This is not where we need to be. I mean, it is, but first we gotta go synthesize the berries, which luckily we can just do over here, which I would have figured out eventually if I hadn't played the game yet. So let's talk to this guy.
I never dreamed that Starfleet would be interested in my discoveries, Captain. But how God often surprises us.
An antiquated molecular synthesizer sits in the corner.
Alright, so that's the synthesizer. There goes McCoy doing some manual labor there.
We've got to get this to Brother Chubb as quickly as possible, Jim.
Alright, let's get Brother Chubb his berry juice. Then we'll come back to that room eventually. Dun, 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 dun. I should also add that the writing for this game, it really is about as good as anything I saw in the original Star Trek, and definitely better than anything in the animated series. I mean, like, each mission is actually kind of interesting, I think. So even if you don't find the gameplay very exciting, but you just want to basically watch another Star Trek episode, I mean, this will certainly provide that for you. Or manual labor.
You're most kind.
I think we needed to talk to Brother Chubb about something.
I headed up the party that sought to rescue Brother Kandri. Without warning, the demons appeared and attacked us as we approached the mine.
Can you tell us what they looked like?
Like the demons that have plagued devout folk since before our people left the earth. Huge, muscular demons with ruddy skin, truly the manifestation of evil, with bat wings, horns and talons and a pointed tail. God preserve us all. One tore open my arm and I surely would have perished, but for my companions who bore me back down the mountain.
The demons didn't follow you?
No.
No.
I am Brother Griznash. I went up the mountainside in solitary prayer, seeking to face my fear.
Seriously, Brother Griznash, I think he's a demon.
A bellowing Krognik demon with sharp teeth and a long snout descended upon me in a rush of wind.
Captain, a Krognik demon has a decidedly wolfish appearance. Brother Griznash, is this not the traditional shape of the Evil One and his minions among Tellarites?
It is.
I believe this may be significant, Captain.
So we encounter Klingons. This guy encounters his home planet's version of a demon, and this Brother Chubb did too.
Brother Kandre is my partner. I was on the communications link when the demons caused the rockfall and silenced him. He said he'd found a strange door with devilish
Your partner, eh?
Truly, he came upon the gate of hell itself.
Maybe it was an Oblivion gate.
I am Brother Stephen, an Ignatiate following the holy teachings with mind and soul alike. I believe the anomalous mineral readings in combination with evidence of ancient disturbances in this otherwise highly stable geologic location indicates previous habitation of the region eons ago.
Why, Spock, you two should get along fine. He sounds just like you.
I would be equally honored to discuss medicine with you, Doctor, as science...
See, even all the banter is here. I mean, when you watch the original Star Trek, like, even in the episodes that weren't so great, one thing I always loved was the banter between the crew, especially the rivalry between Bones and Spock, and that's all in here too. I mean, the writers of this game understand Star Trek really well, and that's what makes this such a good game for me.
I appreciate your prayers, Brother Roberts. Captain, if you and your people go up the mountain, I hope afterward you will visit me in my study, which is next door. I'm too old to make the trek myself, but I'm eager for knowledge.
The trek.
In return, I will offer you what insights our God grants these old eyes.
I swear it's like 100 feet away where we gotta go.
Just thinking to myself, don't mind me.
Kirk. Alright. Well, let's go look at his lab. He did invite us to go check it out. Let's use this hand on him.
What a fascinating piece of equipment. Highly advanced technology. You see here, it seems to have been damaged, however. Take it to my workbench and let's see if it can be repaired. I fear my hands are too shaky to perform such fine work, but perhaps one of you can do it.
Yeah, I suppose I could do it.
Mr. Spock, see what you can do about that hand.
Now Spock's gonna do some manual labor. It's awesome.
This machinery is delicate, but I have managed to repair the circuitry.
Alright. So the hand is repaired, but we don't know what it does yet.
A glass-fronted display of mineral specimens, including a meteorite, a few fossil shells, the skull of a cat-sized alien animal, and a very encrusted twist of metal.
You are interested in my little museum of curiosities?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me.
Oh, why would Kirk say that?
Yes, tell us about these things.
That's the funny thing about the choices of his dialogue.
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things.
There aren't a lot of in-between responses. They're all just pretty obviously like really nice or really rude.
I enjoy talking about these treasures. Shall I go into mineral specimens? Meteorite. Fossil shells. Skull of a small alien animal.
Well, that's interesting.
The skull of a modern Salati, the largest creature native to this planet. About the size of
I don't know if you guys are finding these parts interesting. I mean, I've seen all this before, and if I was playing this by myself, not recording, I'd probably just be skipping through all this, but it is part of the fun anyway, so I don't think I will skip it for the most part.
Meteorite, fossil shell, skull, twist of metal.
I am interested in twisted metal.
This chunk of rock is a greatly weathered example of a vanadium tungsten alloy, which doesn't occur naturally. It is my best evidence that the area was previously inhabited. Shall I go into mineral specimen, or would you rather move on to something else? Very well. I can't imagine why, but if you have a further interest in any of this, take what you like. But please remember to return my treasures when you're done with them.
Alright. He says we can just take them. Through trial and error, I happen to know that I only need this one and this one. These things I'll leave. So, you'll see why. Spock, use that computer. For no particular reason.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the Earth. Notice how it models a proper situation for a total eclipse.
That's kind of significant. Alright. Well, we've got the items we need out of here, and we repaired that electronic hand. So let's venture further up to the mountain, shall we? Which is just so far away. So far away. Blue, doo, 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 doo. Even all the music is here, like when it goes doo, 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 doo,
A huge
doo.
boulder sits upon a large pile of rubble.
We need to get through this door. I like using a phaser to solve as many of my problems as I can. This one's set to kill.
Assume firing positions.
If you don't shoot this top one off first, it comes tumbling down, and this red shirt pushes Kirk out of the way and he gets killed. So don't worry, there are some missions that I don't know how to do perfectly well. This just happens to be one of the easier ones.
There is no apparent effect.
Ooh, let's shoot that dead guy.
That's a phaser, not a flashlight, Jim.
Anytime you see something to do with a body or a guy lying there or he's sick or anything, you just send Dr. McCoy. See, and so you can do it either by activating his medical bag,
It was a near thing, but he'll live.
or just by having Dr. McCoy go over there himself. Who is this guy anyway?
Oh, thank you, kind souls, for saving my
Oh,
life.
Brother Kanji, it's
Let
that
me rest
guy's
here for a little
partner.
before returning to report this miracle to Prelate Angiven.
Yeah. Happy to help. Is that all he has to say?
This looks like some of the hand security panels on the Enterprise.
Looks like Kirk's still assuming that firing position.
Sir, it may be dangerous. Let me try it. I think I was shocked, sir.
Also, if you keep sending him back, like, watch this.
That was definitely a mild shock.
And if you just keep sending him back, he'll eventually die. So let's try using our fancy hand here. Kirk's gonna go do that, apparently.
The hand circuitry triggers a connection and the door opens.
Not too shabby. Oh. This is a pretty crazy place. Let's see what Spock has to say about it.
It is an alien life support system, Captain, utilizing geothermal energy. It is still functioning, waiting for some sort of signal. Fascinating, Captain. It is a diagram of a lunar eclipse of this planet. See how the red sphere of the moon is casting a shadow on the blue sphere, Pollux 5. This must be a very old piece of work, because this planet's moon was destroyed thousands of years ago. The machinery is waiting for the gravitational pull of another eclipse to activate it. An eclipse that will never come. And one other thing, Captain. This may also be a diagram showing the proper settings on that control panel.
See, it's all science fiction-y. We're talking about an eclipse that will never come. Let's have Kirk
There's
go
nothing
check
at the
this
moment
out.
for me to do there.
No? Yeah. So if I remember correctly, gotta move these up to be kind of parallel with each other. I don't understand the logic of that puzzle I just did, really.
Welcome to our home. Thank you for repairing our somnambutron.
Somnambutron.
You're trespassing on Federation territory. I welcome you on behalf of the United Federation.
Look at this alien.
Who are you?
He's all
Where do
being
you come
adorable and green.
We call ourselves Nowians.
Nowians.
Thousands of years ago, we saw that meteor impacts were going to cause.
This game would be pretty brutal without the subtitles. But look at this wall of text.
To preserve our race, keeping us in suspended animation until the planet had recovered. We programmed the machinery to revive us at the next eclipse, but we did not count on the destruction of our moon.
Some advanced civilization.
How could I say that? Honestly. I just want to do good. It would be fun to say those things,
Perhaps
though.
you can tell us about the demons. Some advanced civilization. Perhaps you can tell us about the demons.
The demons, as you call them, are created by a machine designed to keep intruders away from our sleep chambers. It pulls from the minds of any approaching creature their most feared enemy and produces replicas to scare them away. For you and your crew, it was Klingons. For the Tellarites, a wolf demon. And for the other humans, a demon from their religion. On behalf of my people, thank you for waking us. I will turn off the machinery which creates our guardians, so that they no longer bedevil those with whom we now share our home. Oh, woe! Alas!
Oh, whoa! Alas!
Even we must suffer the attacks of our own guardians unless the key can be found. I implore you, if you can help, please do so.
Jim, think about that skull we picked up from Brother Stephen. Now look at this alien. See the resemblance?
I do. I do see the resemblance. Here's your kid.
Child? No, I see many differences. This must be what our people who did not slumber have become. Still, I would like to see these remains properly interred, according to the precepts of our religion. May I keep this?
Of course. I think you will get along well with the Pollux inhabitants, and I'm sure you will have interesting theological discussions. I think I should return it to where I got it from.
Right?
No, I want to keep it as a memento for myself.
God, how I want to say that. You have no idea. But I want to get a perfect score on this one mission at least.
And I'm sure you will have it.
Oh, he just kind of takes it. He's just holding it. Oh, Kirk wants to keep it as a memento for himself. That's great. I would have loved to have said that. Okay. Well, we need the key, which I happen to have. I figured it out originally just through trial and error. Trying to give him all the different things that I picked up from that museum.
You found the key. I can now turn off the machinery creating our guardians, and no more sentience shall be at risk.
Yay.
Surely the Holy One smiles upon us all. I have no way to thank you, Captain, but please carry this request from my people to yours. We have much ancient knowledge we can share, and we would like to join your federation. Go in peace.
I will be glad to accept your application to the Federation. We shall have a diplomatic envoy sent to make the final arrangements.
We look forward to meeting them. We also look forward to having discourse with the colonists. Farewell. May the Holy One bless you.
Live long and prosper.
Kirk to Enterprise. Beam us up, Mr. Scott.
I don't know, they all seem kind of underwhelmed by this ancient alien to me. Which is a problem that I have with Star Trek, actually, and I'll get more into that later, when I'm kind of grinding in this game a bit. So even at the end of every Star Trek episode, they'll all often stand on the bridge and... Oh, 97, what'd I do wrong?
Evaluate your performance at 97%. You and your crew receive 3 commendation points. The top brass at Starfleet are impressed. Outstanding work, Jim.
Maybe I should have asked that guy more about his boring collection.
We all have demons of our own.
But yeah, see, they all kind of stand here on the bridge at the end and just kind of reflect a bit before moving on. And that was just like in the Star Trek show, too.
I don't know, Spock. Everything that I've ever read about demons describes them as having pointy ears.
Oh, snap. And that's the first episode. Hooray! Hijack. I like that they picked DeForest Kelly to say the name of each episode.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
The USS Enterprise is to report immediately to Beta Myamed. The USS Masada has failed to report his schedule.
Beta
Determine nature of
Myamed.
delay and take whatever measures are necessary.
Set course for Beta Myamed, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chekhov, but stand by. I have got to save my game.
Save new game.
As well as take a break. So, guys, when we get back, we will go to Beta Myamed, find out what's up with our missing ship, and have another Star Trek-like adventure, no doubt. So, I'll see you guys then.